Listen, sis, do not forget who you are. Do not, under no circumstances, forget who you are. Okay? You are that, always have been that, always will be. And I am telling you that because the moment that you forget who you are, then you are living for their standards. You are no longer requiring them to meet your standards. You are now walking and making everything about, if I wear my hair like this, if I wear my nails like this, if I wear my clothes like this, if I talk like this, if I live in this type of neighborhood, if I do X, Y, and Z, am I going to get their validation? Instead of them saying, oh, dang, let me make sure I'm texting her. Let me make sure I'm protecting her. Let me make sure, I'm sleeping on the outside of the bed while she sleeps on the inside, that she's on the inside of the street while I'm on the outside. Let me make sure, whether it's relationship, friendship, or whatever, even if it's a friendship, let me make sure I check on my homegirl. Let me make sure I check on my homeboy. Let me make sure I check in. Let me make sure I make a phone call just to see how she's doing or he's doing on a random Sunday. Just to strike up conversation about why the sky is blue today. Why? Because that matters to them. We don't always have to be talking about some drama. We don't always have to be talking about something. But you just calling me and saying, hey, what you doing today? I just want to talk to you. Making sure people step up to your standards, and your standards don't have to be something that's always financial. It's very, very important. But what I learned when God sent me to, I say, the wilderness, was how much I started living for other people, how much I forgot who I was, how much I was seeking outside validation instead of being able to look in the mirror naturally as myself and say, I am good enough. And that is the most toxic thing that I think any human being, whether it's a man or a woman, can do. And that's why in the previous video, I literally said, where you're at right now, God wants you to be there. Because if you would have told me over a year ago where God sent me, I was supposed to be there, I would have told you, no, you're wrong. I don't want to be here. There's only one street light. God sent me in the middle of the wilderness for what? It was because the person that I was becoming was seeking outside validation, and the place he sent me, all those things that I needed for validation and the people who I was seeking validation from, they were not there. And so the people that were around me, I could have on Gucci, Louis, I could have on the most expensive diamonds and pearls in the world. They didn't care. They said, are you here? Take off the wigs, take off the contacts, take off the nails. I need you. And that's where I was like, dang, I had turned into this person that was seeking so much validation, and I was getting it, but that validation was not self. It was not for myself. It was not validation that I could honestly take to the bank. And with that being said, another reason why I say don't forget who you are is because if you forget who you are and you start living for other people, right? You become afraid to have those people meet your standards. And then if they become afraid to meet, and then if you're afraid to have them meet your standards, then guess what's going to happen? You're going to constantly either lower yourself. Because if you are a 5 and they're a 3, and you don't have the confidence to say I'm a 5 and stand 10 toes down and being a 5, guess what? You're going to drop down to a 3. And I know that's probably a lot of numbers. I apologize for that. I realized that after I said it. All I'm trying to say is don't lower yourself if you are a 5 to a 3. I require that 3 to rise to the occasion. And if they can't, walk away. And I also, what I've learned through a lot of therapy, a lot of research, was that oftentimes when women especially, we go through this season where we are always seeking outside validation, or we're seeking our man's validation, because that's a lot of times where it comes from. It doesn't always come from a father issue. It may come from a mother issue, but it comes from a childhood issue where you at one point were told who you were was not good enough. A lot of times when it comes to a woman, we are taught we're not good enough from a very young age. And it sucks really, really bad. So it's our job to go into the mirror and to look at ourselves naturally in our birthday suits and tell yourself you're good enough, you love you, and to stand 10 toes down in whatever it is that you believe until you have been convinced otherwise by your own will. When you start doing that, I promise you, it will be easier for you to walk away. It'll be easier for you to accept opportunities that come to you, because you will know they're doing that because they like me, who I am. They like my work. They think I'm great for the job. they think my skills are good enough. It's easier for you to walk away from a guy, a friendship, a situation that is just not for you, because you realize this is actually tearing me down naturally. Because you might think that it's not going to bother you long term, but I'm telling you, as a girl that's been through it, it's going to start to bother you. It's going to start to chip away at who you are. And what's going to happen is you're going to start being placed in environments that take you so far out your character that you don't even recognize yourself. And I thank God for removing me from a situation that was like that, because y'all, it could have ended up really, really bad for me. Anyway, so when not forgetting who you are, that means not waiting on someone else to catch up. Stop standing still hoping they will see your value. Stop standing still hoping that they will see how worthy you are. Stop thinking that, oh, it's just today, but tomorrow is going to be different. Sweetheart, that person's going to be the same. They didn't see value in you then. They're not going to see value in you tomorrow, but do you see value in you? That person, stop thinking that these people are going to change, because 9 out of 10, they actually do see your value. They just know that you don't see it. And they know if they keep on playing clueless, that you're going to keep giving them what they want, which is access to you, your intelligence, your being, your spirit, your femininity, whether it's a guy, your masculine energy, whatever it may be, at a cheap or discounted or maybe free cost, at the cost of your mental, spiritual well-being. And it's not okay. These people see you. You are not invisible. I see you. You see you because I see you. You are not invisible. And the thing is, I thought that for so many years, and I was stuck in this loop where I was constantly lowering myself and chasing validation until I realized you do see me. I don't see me. But when I started seeing me, everything changed, because I stopped putting myself in environments that I realized are not for me, that go against who I am naturally. And I started telling people, I honestly rather keep you as a friend than a client. I honestly rather keep, the relationship that we have going on, instead of it being demolished. Or sometimes I just let relationships go, because I realized you've been playing this whole time and you're not actually a real friend of mine. And I think that's the hardest part for me. When you realize that you have people in your life who are playing clueless so that they can take advantage. That was the hardest part for me, because I knew at that time in my life, I was showing up as what I thought was most authentic, genuine. And it was in that mental capacity, because again, I was still stuck in this bubble of seeking outside validation. So I was genuinely, as genuine as I could be. But when I really popped that bubble and I realized that I'm seeking outside validation, I forgot who I was as a person. And these things that I thought I liked, I loved, I liked them, but I'm not. I'm only doing them for you. And there are occasions where you can do that. There's occasions where you want to step outside your comfort zone, but if you don't like okra and you don't like okra, don't force yourself to eat okra every day because they like okra. I'm trying to give you just like basic examples. If you don't like to be around somebody, don't force yourself to be around them every single day, especially if it's no benefit to you. If you ain't paying me to be around this person, and there's a reason I don't have a good relationship with this person or a good vibe with this person, I'm not going to force myself to be around them. Now, at first I was like, oh, you're not being an agreeable person. No, I'm just protecting my energy and my peace. I don't have to be around you. There's no benefit. So anyway, I'm saying all that to say this. When you realize that there are people around you who are just playing clueless and you have to separate from them, that is one of the hardest things you're going to have to do. But what you are doing is you are creating space for more genuine people to come into your world. And what you are also doing is you are learning how to use discernment. And it's like you have to train your brain. You have to train your emotions to get accustomed, and your brain to get accustomed to, number one, seeing through the smoke and mirrors, right? Seeing straight through to it and being comfortable with walking away, accepting where they're at, accepting that, dang, I can see that you're trying to lie to me. I can see that you're trying to play me. I can see that you're using me, or I can see that you don't have the best intentions for me, and walking away and not being afraid to walk away, not feeling like you have to play their game. Because once you start accepting who you are and you start really walking in that and living in that and being that, just embracing that, It's going to be so uncomfortable for you to be something else. It's going to be damn near impossible. Like, I could not, like, I don't know how actors and actors do it. They have a skill out of this world, because to embody somebody else and to be stuck in that other person for months, sometimes years at a time, I see why they get paid the big bucks, because it tore me up. It literally tore me up once I went to therapy and I went into the middle of the wilderness and I just went on this journey that God sent me on. And I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that. That doesn't make me feel good. You know, I can't be something that I'm not. Now, if it's to improve me, absolutely. 100%. There's a hurdle when it comes to self-improvement. But if you know deep down that this person is lying to you, is cheating on you, is using you, is undervaluing you, is literally trying to keep you at a certain place, and that's lower than where you want to be or where you can be, step away, walk away, use discernment, leave. Do not forget who you are. Do not wait for them to, maybe they're going to change, because I'm here to tell you that most of the time they don't. Or when they do see your value, your worth, what they always wanted, what you always wanted that person to see, that job to see, is when you're gone. And by that time, and I have to say this, you don't want to be the one they circle back on. It's never been cute to be that guy or that girl that we know we can circle back on, because that means that the way we think of you is that you're just a loser. And that's, I know it sounds so bad, but you're just sitting around waiting. Oh, I already know you. I already know him. Girl, I ain't worried about that man. Watch. I'm about to say this to him today. Tomorrow he gonna pick up first ring. Girls kind of think that way too. And so if you're a guy watching this, you don't want to be that guy that girl is circling the block on. You don't want to be that guy the girl only wants to be with when she know it's up all the time. Like, if you're looking for a stable relationship, sometimes it's not going to be up for that guy. And this is not about to go into a whole relationship rant, but this is just me giving guys a little advice. It's not going to always be up for you. We understand that. So you don't want to meet a girl that only wants to be with you when it's up. Now, you don't want her to always be with you when you're struggling, because what I've also learned is that type of girl, the guy never really settles. If he goes for, he settles for. But anyway, with me saying all of that, I'm sorry, y'all know how I get. I go on my little rants. Don't forget who you are, because the moment you forget who you are, you start losing your self-identity. You start losing your self-worth. And you're going to look back and you're going to feel like so much time. You lost so much time. You're going to be trying to play catch up. You're trying to catch up with the old you. That old you, she's back there somewhere, but it might be time for you to just shed her and to tap into who you are now. And I'm telling you this as a girl that did it, and that's doing it. I live the most peaceful, feminine, soft, private, respectable life possible. Like, I love my life. Love it so much. And I'm to the point where it's like I'm a little nervous waiting for the other shoe to drop, because like I'm happy. I'm at peace. And it's not because everything is perfect and things are glitzing gold and no, stuff be hitting the fan. But it's because I'm in a situation, in an environment where it's nothing that I can't handle, and it's nothing that my partner can't handle, and it's not an environment where I'm not prepared. The other day, my brother, he literally almost set the kitchen on fire. And I was just like, you did what? It's not something that okay, we'll figure it out. I can handle that. I can handle that because I've stepped into who I am. And when I step into who I am, I'm making the money to where we have to buy you a new stove. We have to buy you a new stove. But you about to go through this lesson. You're going to learn how not to do this again. Anyway, hopefully you all got something from that video. Don't forget who you are, girl, because you are that girl. Require them to step up. And sometimes it may take for you to just be by yourself for a little bit. You know, and this is not just retaining to a relationship, just retaining. I need to learn how to talk. This is not just pertaining to a relationship. This is pertaining to a guy. This is pertaining to a girl. This is pertaining to a job, a friendship, because there might be a lot of friendships that's not for you. Like, I'm not that. I used to be that girl that like to do stuff, you know, go outside and be wild. Like, I still like to go outside and have like cool, fun, sexy, you know, time. But I'm really not that girl. Like, I'm not a Usher and Chris Brown concert type of girl. I'm just not. I don't want to be in the crowds. I don't want you. I love to watch it. I love to watch it. But as far as me being in an environment, I'm not that girl. Unless you can get me up into a VIP where it's only going to be about me and 10 other people and it's a lot of space, I'm that girl. But I'm not about to be sitting down there with you hooping and hollering and sweating and we're not doing that. Nope. But I respect you who are. So you see what I mean? My eyes itching. So anyway, don't forget who you are. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget who you are.